Everyone, good morning. We are here in Siman Mem Chet from the Shemushim again, and it's a very deep topic. We'll try to get it done in a couple minutes. And this is the topic of when does Shabbat end? Do we go with Rabbenu Tam or the Geonim, which is basically the other opinion? And he quotes Rav Ovadia. Now, remind you, the Shulchan Aruch does say for Motzei Shabbat one should go like Rabbenu Tam. And Rav Ovadia writes that it's very important to go like Rabbenu Tam, and it's we're talking about skila. If a person violates Shabbat, it's skila. So according to Rabbenu Tam, it's still Shabbat. Rabbenu Tam's opinion is 72 minutes after Shkia is when nightfall is. So sunset, 72 minutes later, that's when Tzedek Kochavim is. That's when nightfall is. So therefore, let's say Motzei Shabbat. Shabbat doesn't really end until 72 minutes afterwards. And basically, 72 minutes is comprised of 4 times 18, where the Gemara says that 4 miles, the distance after is the amount for after Shabbat. So that's 4 times 18. 18 is a mil. Now, the Rabbenu Tam, the Gemara also says that 3/4 of a mil, 3/4 of the distance of 18 minutes, so that's 13 and a half minutes, there's also another Gemara that says that's also the amount between Shkia, sunset, and Tzedek Kochavim. So the question is, how do you look at that statement, that the distance between, because what happens is we have day and then night, right? So, or if let's say we're going from day to night, and there's also night to day to night. Now, is there a time in the middle? Is it like a light switch that turns off like that? So there's what's called ben hashmashot. In between the shamashim, the sun is our shamash during the day, the night is the moon is the shamash during the night. So there's an in between period ben hashmashot. So that ben hashmashot is 3/4 of the distance of a meal, which is 13 and a half minutes. Where is that 13 and a half minutes though? So according to the Geonim, which is the way we go with, and in general, it's after Shkia. After Shkia, 13 and a half minutes. That's why if a person's late for Mincha, there's a little bit of room after Shkia. 13 and a half minutes, that's the most minimum opinion, and then that's nightfall. The Rabbenu Tam looks at that 13 and a half minutes after 58 and a half minutes after Shkia. Then you have 13 and a half minutes till you hit 72 minutes after Shkia. Okay, so Rav Ovadia Yosef writes, one second. Rav Ovadia Yosef writes that one should go with Rabbenu Tam for Motzei Shabbat. Now, Rabbi Shalom Asa says that we go with the Geonim, which is 13 and a half minutes, is the most minimum time after Shabbat, after Shkia. That's nightfall. Now, in different places of the world, it's still light outside. In Canada, it only really gets dark at 40 minutes, 35 minutes, etc. In Israel, it gets dark at about 20 minutes after Shkia. It's pitch black already. So there's other shitot that say, okay, 13 and a half minutes for sure, that's nightfall. If a person violates, turns on his car 13 and a half minutes after Shkia, and in general, Bnei Israel, they go 40 minutes, 45 minutes after sunset, that's when Shabbat ends. When we put Shabbat ends, 45 minutes. If someone does after 13 and a half minutes, probably there's something that you could rely on. The only thing is you have to also look outside. So 13 and a half minutes is also minutes of Shaut Zmaniyot. Like in the summer, a minute is much longer than a minute is in halachic minutes in the wintertime, based on when sunrise and sunset is. Okay, that's a different thing. So therefore, his opinions, we go to 40 minutes, 45 minutes, etc. So Rabbi Shalom Asas basically says that the minhag is to go like the Geonim and not to go with Rabbenu Tam. And he brings a proof that goes as follows: that let's say a baby's born on Friday, 30 minutes after sunset. Baby's born 30 minutes after sunset. So that is considered Shabbat. And the Brit Milah is going to be the next Shabbat. Rabbenu Tam, we always look at Rabbenu Tam as 72 minutes after sunset, so he's always like Machmir. But 72 minutes after sunset could be lenient, because let's say Shabbat sunset Friday is 6 p.m. Rabbenu Tam is going to say, really, Shabbat's going to come in 72 minutes after that, because it works lenient and stringent also. But no one rules that a baby born 30 minutes after sunset is still considered Friday. Rabbenu Tam rules like that, but we don't rule like that. And even Rav Yosef agrees to this, and even Shulchan Aruch writes this. So we see that sometimes we don't go with Rabbenu Tam. According to Rabbenu Tam, a baby born 30 minutes after sunset, he would have his Brit Milah on Friday. But we don't go like that. We look at it as it's Shabbat because of all the other opinions. And in addition, is that if you go with Rabbenu Tam always, like we said, it's going to be 72 minutes after sunset on Friday. It's going to still be weekday, still only Friday, according to Rabbenu Tam. That's going to be really, really lenient because according to most of the opinions, the Geonim, etc., it's still Shabbat. And this was actually a problem after World War II when everybody came to the United States. So Hasidim came, and then here Rabbi Moshe Feinstein. And what happened was Hasidim, they always go with Rabbenu Tam, but they go even lenient Rabbenu Tam. So Friday, it was after Shkia, it was basically like dark outside, and they were driving to shul still, Hasidim. So Rabbi Moshe Feinstein said, what's going on over here? He said, no, we go with Rabbenu Tam, be it lenient and stringent. So Motzei Shabbat, they wait 72 minutes after, but Erev Shabbat, 72 minutes after Shkia, also, it's not considered Shabbat yet. So Rav Moshe Feinstein said, okay, that was nice when you had a little village in Poland and everybody did the same thing. So everyone looks like, hey, this is the way Shabbat comes in, this is the way Shabbat goes out. But we're here in the United States, everyone now is after the war, everyone comes from different minhagim. People are going to see this and say, like, you guys are violating Shabbat. So there was a big unification and an agreement that if you want to end Shabbat late, but don't bring in Shabbat late also. So Shabbat, Shkia, sunset, and that's 18 minutes before is the amount of a meal time, the Gemara, that you should prepare already 18 minutes before. That was agreed upon. So at the end of the day, Rabbi Shalom says that if a person does like the minhag of the Geonim, of finishing Shabbat, after 13.5 minutes for sure, and then with the different shitot, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, you're totally fine. And if a person, of course, wants to be stringent like Rabbenu Tam, tavo alav bracha, he should be blessed, but don't be scared that you're going to get skila if you go like the minhag of general Bnei Israel, which is following and finishing Shabbat after like the time of the Geonim. Okay, that's that. Hopefully we got something out of it. I know it's a big thing that we have to try to fit it into a small amount of time. Okay, we want to wish David, Nathan a hatzlacha. We're going to miss you. It's your last day here, but you're going to be back, I'm sure, for the visits. We're going to come visit you. And like we said, we're not saying goodbye. Hopefully, we're saying see you soon. Bezrat Hashem. Hatzlacha, Rabbah. Minichat tonight at 7:10. Have a good day, everyone. Tana Devilio.